get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. I said, yeah, we gonna talk about it, all right? I caught up with my man. I called back up with my roommate. I was like, yeah, man. I called my roommate. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, man, he gave me a spoon. He was like, a spoon? I said, man, listen, I'm trying to get some money, man. This ain't enough. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, but it's not enough. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, that's all crazy. We get to the child, my roommate like, yeah, he trying to make sure he just use something for you. I said, bro, look, nah, it don't work like that. Like, he came in our pod talking all this junk about everybody that mess with the la-la. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was the ultimate spin move. I know I got some people that watch my channel that be like, yo, Weezy, listen, you can't tell nobody how to hustle. I'm not trying to tell nobody how to hustle, man. But like, that's like if you on the street and your neighbor has the bricks. You find out your neighbor was the plug. You talking to your neighbor every day. Y'all cool and all type of stuff. And you find out that he has the bricks. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to expect at least a plug, put me in the car, do something. You're not going to expect, here, man, here go a couple grams, man. Go and get out of here. No, it don't go. It's the same thing, y'all. I be understanding where y'all coming from. Like, I know my stories is like, you know what I mean, out of survival, and like sometimes it sounds greasy, but like, y'all gotta understand, this is how you survive in that joint, man. You're not gonna be a Boy Scout in prison. Down to the person that go to church, they are doing something greasy in penitentiary, man. Trust and believe, man. Nobody's a saint. Don't let nobody tell y'all anybody that been to penitentiary did saint activity they whole bid, man. They didn't. They lying. They lying. I feel good about the stuff I done. I feel like I didn't really do nothing too crazy, man. But at the end of the day, I survived, man. I survived the best way I could. And that's all I was trying to do right at this particular moment, man. And this spoon is not enough, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This spoon wasn't enough. That's the only thing I was thinking. I'm like, man, I don't know what he gonna do. I don't know what we gonna talk about, like he's saying, when we get back. But this spoon isn't enough. This spoon isn't enough right here, man. It's not. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. So my roommate was like, man, he gotta let us in, man. At least make it. I said, that's what I told him. I said, man, let me get one play. Then he can go about his business, keep being scary, selling it to one building. I said, now we know. Now he got to deal with us. And this is how stuff be happening. He got to deal with us now, man. So my man like, yo, man, just see what he talk about when he get back. I was like, yeah. So I ate my little tray, you know what I mean? Ate the breakfast game. We get back to the building. He didn't even go to child. So we come out, they open all the doors. We come back, they open all the doors up. Everybody come out. He's walking around. I ain't even go to my cell. I just stayed out the pod. I'm like, I want to hear what he got to say. So I looked at cell 9. He was right there sitting on his bench. I was like, what's up, man? He was like, I came to his door. I was like, what's good? He was like, got up. He said, yeah, we can talk about it, man. We can talk everything. We can talk about it, man. We can do this and do that. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm like, but I'm saying though, like, man, for real though, man, like, I don't want nothing that you can throw me. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I said, man, I gave you a good deal. I said, man, I ain't never told you I was gonna tell on you, man. I said, I ain't never told you that I was gonna freaking blackmail you. I never said that. But I'm just like, out of respect, bro, that you know, when you came in the pod, you know I'm a dude that be having it. So I'm like, man, just throw me in the car for one play. That's all I'm asking for. He was like, nah, one play gonna turn to 2 plays, 2 play gonna turn to 3 plays, 3 plays gonna turn to 4 plays. That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. I'm like, man, listen, bro, like I ain't got nothing to do with all that. This, what I just told you, is what it's gonna be, man. So what is it gonna be, man? Because I don't got all day to be going back and forth. And so tell me what it's gonna be, man. What's good? He was like, I'm gonna let you know tonight. He was like, but this the thing though. He was like, you scaring Miss Wren? I'm like, I'm scaring Miss Wren. He was like, yeah, because she said you keep popping up like a jack in the box. I'm like a jack in the box? That sounded like somebody that's 62 would say, y'all. So boom, jack in the box. I said, bro, hold on, bro. What do you mean like a jack in the box? I said, bro, it's not my fault, bro, that you keep getting caught slipping, bro. I said, what you doing? I got quiet. I said, bro, what you doing? I said, bro, you supposed to do what you doing after 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. What is the rush for you to get it before count? Like, he was like, Yeah, you right. But you know, like you still just be positive, man. Listen, I don't have nothing to do with what I be saying, bro. I'm just moving around doing my bed, man. That's it. He be like, man, look, all I'm saying is I gotta talk to her. And I said, man, act like it's you. I said, you gotta act like it's you, man. That's what you gotta do, man. I said, man, listen, man. I don't give a fuck about that. I said, man, listen, man. If you ain't trying to do it, just say it, man. Just say it, man. Just tell us that you ain't trying to do it. So as he say that, my roommate pull up. He like, what's up, Weezy? You good? I'm like, yeah, we good. He was like, he looked at me like, your roommate no. He gave me the face like that, like, your roommate no. He didn't say that though, and I'm like, so what's up? He was like, man, look, wait till the night shift come on tonight. Then we're gonna have more. I said, man, look, I'm not gonna be talking a whole long about it, man. I said, man, just let me know, man, what's good, man. Like, cause for real, you one of them old lame dudes, man. Like you be doing a whole lot, man. Like you be crying about this, crying about that. And like for real though, man, I'm gonna be honest with you though, Coop, man. I really don't trust you, man. And I said, I know you don't trust me. I said, but at the same time though, man, like you know why you should look out. I never said I was gonna blackmail you or nothing. I just said you should look out. That's all I said. He was like, yeah, because you gonna blackmail me if I don't. I said, why wouldn't you look out? Why wouldn't you? He said, I'm gonna holler at you tonight, man. I was like, man, all right, man. My roommate was like, yo, I was like, chill, bro. I was like, all right, man. Tonight, bro, let me know something, man. Telling you, Coop, man, he was sitting on his bench looking crazy, like, fresh ball, fade game. He said, all right, man. I was like, man, we dipped off, y'all, so boom. We go back downstairs, I had a round table. I was like, yo, listen, man, if Coop don't let us in the car, man, I was like, look, we ain't got no more wreck counts, the 1 wreck and the 2 o'clock wreck. So I don't know what was going on, but they said somebody had broke a hole in the fence. Sometimes somebody will cut holes in the fence and take the pieces off the fence and make a banger with the joint. So when that happened, they supposed to do a perimeter check every time we in our cell. Like every time it's a lockdown, the police supposed to check the fences to make sure nothing is missing. You know what I mean? So when we came back from breakfast, they was like, yo, our rec council, everything council. Like we ain't coming back out until we probably go to lunch or something like that. They was like, they might feed us in the building with all this going on. So everybody was like, man, I'm just gonna get comfortable. I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? So I went back to the cell. I had a little spoon game. You know what I mean? Me and my roommate sat that joint, got a little lit. We was chilling. So we was done the whole rest of the morning. I dozed off, but when I woke up to, they was passing the lunch trays out. So they didn't even let us go to lunch. So my roommate was like, man, that's crazy. He was like, man, I'm glad they didn't do that though. He was like, man, I'm glad they ain't let nobody go nowhere. I was like, why you say that? He was like, man, because Coop ain't get a chance to pass that off to one building. I was like, yeah, you right, bro. I forgot all about that junk, man. I was like, yeah. I was like, for real though, man. Like, I think he gonna do the right thing though. Like he already know he gotta play fair, man. He gotta play fair, man. Like, what you want me to do, man? His little secret, like your secret is not a secret no more, bro. Like, I mean, you gotta move careful in penitentiary. Like, people that caught me doing stuff all the time, I had to find out. And this person, I done came back from the VI, dude that seen me fumble the pack a little bit in my pocket and figured out I had it told. Like, this is a penitentiary. This is penitentiary. I want to be compensated for my, I want to be compensated for what I saw, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I know it sounds petty, but I'm doing my bid, y'all. So boom. Just waiting now. They finished the lunch tray. They said, Empire rec. There ain't no outside rec. And we feeding dinner in the building. I'm like, oh, he's super stuck. So we all come back out. I'm like, man, shh. I'm like, man, you think he gonna spin me, bro? He was like, man, I don't know. So I seen him, like, he talked to the old head. Coop moved over here, he was talking to somebody else. Every time he moved around, he'll make sure he look at me. So this man had the audacity, y'all, to pull up on me and say, look, this what I'm gonna do, man. I just ain't getting no pack no more, man. Like, if it's gonna come down to this, I ain't getting no pack no more, man. Like, you know, like, I get it, you saw it, but I don't got you to be somebody that's gonna tell the police something about me. So, like, at the end of the day, Weezy, look, I gave you a spoon. That's what it is, man. I said, he said that, my roommate pulled up, was like, what'd he say? I was like, hold on, bro. I said, so what you saying? You ain't gonna let us get a one ride in the car? That's what you saying? He was like, nah, y'all can't get no ride, man, because I'm done. I ain't messing around no more with it, man. Like, I don't even want to tell Miss Ren tonight that all this going on. She already scared of you a little bit, Weezy. I'm like, yo, bro, listen. Like, I ain't really got nothing to do with that. I'm being honest with you, man. But like, you need to reconsider what you're thinking, though. That's all I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm just asking you to really reconsider what you're thinking, man. Because at the same time, though, bro, like, I ain't really trying to take no for an answer on this one, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. So my roommate, like, man, forget him, man. What's up, Weezy? I'm like, man, hold on, bro. So people start looking because it's like right by the front a little bit. It's getting a little loud. He was like, man, look, man, I said what I said, man. That man walked away. That man gave us his back paws and walked his cell. He said, open up cell 9. That man got the joint open. My roommate was like, man, forget this. I was like, hold on, bro. My roommate was already gone. I could have stopped my roommate. Now, what my roommate wanted to do, I really didn't want to do because I'm not into that, to be honest with y'all, man. But this is my roommate, man. I gotta go with him. I gotta go with bro. My roommate started walking towards his cell fast. I just came behind him like bad dudes. I was like, he walked in the joint. He was like, nah, what's up? What's up, man? He was like, he told his son, hey, part yourself right quick. His son got about the joint, this word. He was like, nah, what's up, though? What's up, though? What's up, though, man? How you gonna do that, man? Like, come on, man. We gave you a good deal, man. This word, Cooper was like, we? What do you mean, we? I ain't got nothing to do with you, man. I was like, that's when I walked in. I was like, yo, Coop, man, listen, man. I said, man, first of all, man, listen, bro. We ain't asked for much, man. I said, come on, man. You keep sending everything to one building, man. I said, I ain't trying to tell you how to grind, but come on, man. You don't even know if dudes can sell weight down here, buy weight down here. Come on, man. He was like, no, I'm done. I ain't doing that, man. So my homeboy was like, where the rest of the stuff at then? He was like, what? He was like, where the rest of the stuff at? I was like, I looked at my roommate like, don't do it, man. He was like, nah, he got it in here. Coop sat down on his bed. It's worse when he sat down on his bed. My roommate was like, where's that then? Where the rest of that then? I know you ain't go there no more. He was like, man, look, man, get out my cell, man. Get out my cell. My roommate was like, nah, my roommate caught him. When he caught him, it was like, he didn't finish off when he caught him. He was just like, he stole Coop. Coop was like, Coop looked up at him. He struck up. My roommate was, what's up? What's up? I moved to the side. I'm like, Coop like, man, you gonna put your hands on me? You gonna put your hands on me? That's what you gonna do? That's what you gonna do? You gonna put your hands on me? I'm like, I told my roommate, yo, bro, chill out, bro. He was like, nah, Weezy. Nah, forget that, man. That man trying to carry us, man. This man coming to pod. He probably done told on people that I got dirty ones and everything. He done come in the pod talking about he hate people that mess with the la-la and why it's stinking. We need to stop doing this and doing that. The whole time this man a hypocrite, Weezy. I ain't got no respect for this dude. I was like, bro, come on, bro. Just come on, man. He can have that, man. He can have that. My roommate was like, nah. He snatched away from me. He was like, nah, forget that. What's up, Coop? Coop was like, he still ain't put his guard up. My roommate was waiting for him to put his guard up. He still didn't put his guard up. He was like, you put your hands on me? My roommate was like, what's up, man? What's up? I'm like, yo, bro, come on, bro. He was like, nah. Coop was like, man, get out my cell. He was like, man, I ain't going nowhere. Where that shit at? And he was like, man, get out my cell. My cellie just rushed him. Boom, 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 boom. They just started wrecking that bitch. Coop was fighting back. Coop was fighting back. I'm standing there looking. I'm like, man, shit crazy, man. This word, they was standing there running. I'm looking at them running. He get Coop. Boom. He pushed Coop. Coop back, hit the sink. Boom. Sink hit the mirror. His body, his head hit the mirror. Boom. He got Coop on the wall. Coop trying to rumble back. I moved to this way. I moved over this way. When I moved this way, they over that side fighting. I'm by Coop bed. Something just told me lift his bed. I lift his top mattress up. Soon as I lift the top mattress up, he had 2 mattresses, so his mattress had looked thick. That's what made me want to look. I grabbed the top mattress. I was like, I folded, jumped back. I looked. All I seen was 2 jumps with tape on it. It was 2 of them. Had tape on it. I was like, whew, whew. I grabbed both of them shits. I was like, come on, bro. We good, bro. I said, man, let that nigga go, bro. Let that nigga go, bro. Coop was like, man, get it. Coop was just snapping out. My roommate was like, nigga. My roommate wasn't even throwing no more punches at him. He was just hounding his ass. I'm like, man, come on, bro. I try to move this way. Coop was like, man. He let Coop go. Coop ran back up on that leg again. I caught Coop. Bah! Coop fell like this, y'all. Oh, and it fell. We got the fuck about that bitch. We dip. We come out in the park. Niggas looking at us. We go, I run to the phone. My roommate ran this way. Got them out on the phone. If I can look at Coop cell like this. I ain't even dial on them. I just grabbed the receiver. I'm like, I'm looking. But I got the 2 zips. I don't know what that is. I got the 2 jumps in my pocket. I'm looking, I'm like, Coop get up. His roommate go in there and check on him, he get up. His roommate get him up. I can see right in his cell from the phone, he get up, you know. He come out, he like, this word, you can still see the mark. Like I didn't hit him in his eye. I caught him like right here. I caught him decent jump. Bah! Blindside, boom, caught him. This word, he come out and look, he like, his roommate like, man, go sit down, man. Go sit down, man. Go sit down, man. I'm like, shh. I told my roommate, I was like, yo, I looked at my roommate, I was like, bingo, bingo. My roommate was like, open 41. My roommate shot in the cell. That's word. I had like I was on the phone for a little bit more. Watch Coop a little bit more. A little bit more I was watching. I'm like, crazy. I'm like, yeah. Yup. I'm faking like I'm talking and everything. I'm watching Coop like this. I see he went in the room. He ain't do nothing. I hang the joint up. I shoot him myself. I get him myself. I'm like, yo, look, bro, I found the joint. He had it under his bed. He had a joint. He was like, oh, bingo. I was like, bro, yeah, he'll get bro one. I kept one. I'm like, man, this joint crazy, man. I'm like, man, forget him though, bro. I was like, for real, I didn't want to do that. I said, man, but he being too difficult, man. Like I said, yeah, it was a shakedown. It was a solid shakedown, man. But I was like, he's supposed to comply just on the strength that he was a freaking psycho, scared maniac and how he used to treat us about the la-la, man. Y'all know I don't play about that la-la, man. So I was like, yeah, it is what it is, man. He was like, man, listen, if he ain't gonna do nothing. He can't tell the police. So what he gonna do? He can't do nothing but fight back. I was like, look, we need to watch him too. I said, because the old dudes be having weapons. I said, bro, we need to watch him. So bro, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him, bro. I said, he got that old ass boosie fade. I said, bro, listen, watch that nigga, man. Watch that nigga, man. He was like, yeah, we gonna watch that nigga. He was like, but he ain't getting shit back. I'm letting you know now, Weezy. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't getting. I said, bro, I ain't getting nothing back. I said, man, fuck it. I said, you know, I don't even be into this type of game. My roommate done this type of shit before. I was like, bro, you know, I ain't even into this type of game. But at the same time, though, man, fuck that nigga, man. That's how we left it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It sounded fucked up. It looked fucked up. From a blind's eye, it looked fucked up. But at the same time, I didn't give a damn, y'all. So, boom. I chilled. The next cell break. Came out. We come out. Walk out. I ain't hiding in the cell. I come out. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, I got Lala. Dude's like, you got Lala? I'm like, yeah. Where you get Lala from, Weezy? We don't modify a lot. Like, bro, I got Lala, bro. I got the Lala. I look at my roommate telling dudes he got the Lala. They was like, man, how y'all get Lala? Why y'all was in there fighting dude for? I'm like, man, look, don't worry about that, man. It was I hope dude don't tell on y'all, man. I'm like, man, he ain't gonna tell. They was like, how you know? I'm like, cause I know he ain't gonna tell. Trust me, I know he's not gonna tell. He can't tell. He was like, why he can't tell? I was like, man, they was like, anybody can tell. I'm like, he can't. So I ain't worrying about it. You know what I mean? I ain't even worrying about it. So I was feeling like, you know, I'm the type of dude that, you know, after even doing something like this that we done, like I'm still feeling like, you know, like, let me see if I can iron this out the right way to avoid any type of that, you know, because the only other way that he can beat me is telling. Like, that's the only other way that he can win this war is by telling. So I'm like, let me go see what's going on. Like, basically, like, let me go check his temperature to see if I can get this ironed out. So I told my roommate, I was like, bro, I'm about to go holler at him at his door. You know what I mean? Because he was in the cell. He didn't even come out. I said, bro, I'm about to go holler at him at his door, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, all right. So I go to his door. I said, yo, cool. They're like this. He was like, man, that man's face was like this. He was like, he didn't even say what. He was like, I was like, man, come here, man. He was like, get away from my door, Weezy. I said, man, come here, man. You want to talk about that Lala? He was like, you stole my Lala. I said, man, listen, man, I ain't steal shit. We took your Lala. That's what we did, bro. I said, let's get it straight. I don't do no stealing. I said, well, come to the door, man, if you want to talk about it. He was like, you telling me how you gonna give it back? I gotta send that to one building. I said, look, I got good news and bad news for you. He was like, what? What's the good news? I said, the good news is that we could have done you way dirtier. That's the good news, man. You didn't really get beat down bad like you're supposed to. I said, the bad news is this is not going to one building. This isn't going to one building. I said, I don't want to be like, for you to get your hopes up or anything like that. I said, but I'm letting you know now, like, if you let people know, the dude from one building, that this all happened, I said, bro, you ain't gonna do nothing but start something that ain't gonna never end. I'm letting you know now, because I said, I'm fighting for this. I'm letting you know now, I'm gonna fight for this. I said, the first person I'm gonna fight is gonna be your ass. God damn it. He was like, I don't need nobody to fight my battles. I don't need no one to fight my battles. That's my employee over in one building. That's my employee. I said, yeah, I was trying to be your goddamn employee. I said, but you want to send all your shit to one building. I said, but hey, you do what you got to do, man. I said, but look, this is how shit happen, man. So shit be happening like this. So I'm just coming to tell you, to let you know that, man, listen, it don't got to be like this, man. I said, it don't have to be like this. I said, yeah, we're going to keep this one. I said, but the next one, bro, after that, that's us. That's cool. He was like, oh, so you shaking me down? I was like, man, nah, I ain't shaking you down. I said, but you didn't want to let us to get one play. You ain't want us to let us get one round. So like now, it's whatever now. It's whatever, like what I'm saying, this is what it is now. So he was like, man, I don't want no trouble, Weezy, man. You coming here with all this bullshit, man. I knew it, man. As soon as you seen me, I knew it was gonna be so. I said, man, hell nah, man. I said, you made yourself get caught because you dumb as a bitch. I said, first of all, you're not a fucking hustler. You know what I mean? You're not, man. I said, you do dumb shit, man. I said, you could have got that pack for that lady anytime. She could have dropped it off through your tray slide. I said, you want to be all in the closet and all that dumb ass shit. I said, you're not a fucking hustler, bro. This is your fault, man. He was like, oh, my fault. He grabbed his face. He was like, you motherfucking hit me. Your roommate rumbling me. Man, fuck that shit. Don't worry about it, though. I said, nah, listen, it ain't got to be like that. I said, don't tell, bro. I said, if you tell, then where the fuck you gonna go on the... He was like, I ain't telling nobody. I ain't no motherfucking snitch, Weezy. I was like, all right. I said, but look, though, bro, I just came to check on you, man. Let you know, bro, like, you know, like I say, this isn't going to one building. This isn't going to one building. I said, I done started selling it, bro. It is what it is. I said, I felt like we didn't have to do this. I said, you don't mess with the lala. I said, so you ain't going to hurt. So I said, so look, out of the kindness of my heart, this is what I'm going to do, though, man. Because I feel bad, man. I said, but you forced me into this, y'all. And I know this sounds stupid. And I know y'all going to joke me, but I told him, or everybody, I said, look, I said, for those 2 zips right there, bro, I said, I'm going to give you $300, $150 a piece for them. That's basically what he probably paid on the street. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you $150 a piece for him. And I don't even know what those 2 zips. They look like zips. I was like, I'm gonna give you $150 a piece for him. He was like, just $300. I was like, yeah, man. I said, that's just the, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to squash this, man. I ain't trying to be looking over my shoulder. And I said, at the same time, I don't want to feel like you got a problem. I said, because we ain't gonna be able to sleep around each other if it's a problem. So that's why I like this right here is straightening the problem. So I said, is it a problem? He was like, he went to his table. He was like, he grabbed a pen. He was like, this is my cousin name right here. Western Union at the hurt. I was like, all right, man. See how easy that was, man. I said, man, you be making shit difficult, man. He said, y'all niggas robbed me. I said, man, listen, you forced us to. Straight up. I'm a psycho. I know y'all. I apologize for this, man. But I don't fucking love it, though, y'all. So, boo. I said, bro, you forced us to, man. But look, I'm going to take care of this. I shot at his cell. I shot from his cell. I seen my roommate. I said, look, bro. He was like, what's up? I ain't getting it back. I said, nah, look, we ain't getting it back. That's dead. I said, but look, though. I said, bro, give me $150 when you sell that shit, bro. I said, I'm gonna sell him $150. You sell him $150. I said, well, I can just sell him the whole 300 and you can just scrape me $150. He was like, for what? I said, man, cuz, man. I said, I don't want the nigga to tell. He's like, man, fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't gonna tell. What he gonna tell? We took his package. I said, bro, I don't know what a nigga will tell about. I said, I'm just trying to keep this nigga copacetic. You know what I mean? I said, the lady ain't even come to work yet. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to keep the shit copacetic, man. You know what I mean? So he was like, all right, man, I got a nigga I try a nigga now, I'm trying to spend 200. Fuck it, man. I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a play then. You know what I mean? That's what it is. He was like, all right. So they end up locking us down again to pass out the dinner trays. So we locked down again for the dinner trays. They pass out the dinner trays. So after the dinner trays was done, you know what I mean? We come back out. We come back out a little bit for a little bit more rec. We out in the pod, you know what I mean? So now shift change is about to happen. Now you start seeing the lady Miss Rand, she came to work. So now everything went back to normal as far as rec. We didn't go to no childs or nothing like that, but everything is back to normal. So everybody moving around, I'm slanging and banging. My roommate's slanging and banging. So we doing our thing now. You know what I mean? So when it was time for lockdown, y'all know I be working this shit. So when I was about to come out for the work, I looked and I seen that nigga talking to Miss Rand. Now, like I told y'all, Miss Rand, she'll be in the booth when we come out. She came on the floor. She switched with the dude immediately. She came on the floor and they went in the office and started talking. You know what I mean? So I ain't act like I, you know what I mean, play the fuss, but I made sure I let him know that I saw that shit. And I came by sweeping. I was like this. I hit the payphone jokes. I was like, I looked at that nigga like this. Me and him made eye contact like a motherfucker. Miss Rand back was turned, so she ain't see me and him made eye contact. I was like, if he could read my brain, I was like, yeah, say the right thing, motherfucker. Say the right thing or this can get crazy, y'all. So boom, I make that shit. I ain't joking, man. So he ain't say shit. So they talked for a minute. He finally emerged. He come out. She went back to doing what she was doing. When he came out, he started walking. I walked up close to him. I was like, what the fuck was that about? I was like, what, everything good? He was like, fuck you scared for? I was like, man, look, is everything good? He was like, look, I got some good news for you. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna try to make a play for y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck it. I'm gonna let you wanna sell this shit. I'm gonna let you sell this shit. He was like, but look, though, all I'm asking, though, man, is goddamn, don't scare Miss Rand, though. I already told her you know. I already told her that me and you gonna be in business. I ain't telling her no Pacifics. I was like, what you told her happened in your face? He was like, I told her I failed. I was like, man, you a lying motherfucker. You told her I punched her in your face. He was like, why the fuck would I tell her that, Weez? I said, man, I'll punch her in your shit again. Fuck around with you. He was like, man, look, I ain't scared of y'all motherfuckers. I just told you what it is. I ain't trying to fuck my situation up. I said, man, all right, so look, so when can we get in the car then? He was like, look, next week. That was this week, junk that y'all fucking took. Then next week, I'll let y'all get that one. Then we done after that. We done. It's over with. I was like, yeah, we right. Yeah, we done after that, man. He was like, all right. So he just peeled off. Nigga peeled off. I was like, that shit crazy. I went and told my roommate. I went back upstairs, told my roommate. I was like, oh, bro, we in the car, nigga, da-da-da-da. Everything straight. You know what I mean? Everything good. He was like, for real? Like, yeah, nigga, everything good. Everything good. I was like, damn, this shit crazy, man. I was like, he said he gonna let us in the car. And he ain't tell the lady, and we get to keep all this shit. I was like, we just gotta send that little bread. You know what I mean? And that's that. He was like, yeah, that's what's up. You know what I mean? That's what he needed to do. That's what he needed to do. So it felt like we got away. It felt like we got away with this shit at first. I ain't even gonna lie. So the next day happened. So y'all know we was just on modified like a bitch. So the next morning we wake up to the fucking breakfast trays and the fucking shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I went to sleep kind of late from last night. We're partying, working. I get up, it's the freaking breakfast trays, two boiled eggs, the oatmeal. I'm like, I'm just at the door. I can smell the boiled eggs. I'm like, damn, they feeding us again. I was like, what we on? I went to the job to see the CO. I was like, what we on lockdown or something? He was like, nah, y'all ain't on lockdown. He gave me a look like, nah, y'all ain't on lockdown. Y'all ain't on, like, he was looking at myself. I was like, I moved back. I was like, what's up? He was like, nah, you good. Y'all ain't on lockdown. Y'all ain't on lockdown. So he dipped. He dipped. The dudes that had the trays, they actually came by. So the dude I know from Richmond, he pulled up. He was like, hey, I don't know what's going on, shorty. He was like, man, but it's a lot of police downstairs, so I don't know what they're gonna do. And the investigator, I seen him come to the building. He was like, but I seen when I went and got the trays, because they'll push the trays when, like, when we on lockdown and stuff like that, they'll push the big carts that has the trays in them, they'll push them to the front of the building, then whoever the workers is or the COs will bring them into the building and on the elevator upstairs to wherever they need to be in the pods or whatever. So he was like, man, when I went and get the trays, he was like, man, it was deep as a bitch. I said, man, are we on lockdown or something? He was like, nah. He said, them niggas was deep as a motherfucker, bro. He was like, 4 building going to child. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, 4 building, everybody else going to eat. So I'm like, man, that shit crazy. And I was like, man, fuck, man. I was like, yo, bro. I said, I need a favor, bro. He was like, what? I said, man, I need you to hold something for me, bro. He was like, hold what? I said, man, look, if they run down on you, flush. You know what I mean? Now, bro slept in cell too. He was one of the, like, the helpers. Like, he passed the food out on lockdown. He was a special assignment worker too. You know what I mean? But he was from Richmond, but me and him was cool too. I said, bro, look. I said, man, if they run down on you, flush it. I said, but goddamn, I'm gonna pay you for holding this shit. He's like, hold what? I woke my roommate up. He get up. I was like, yo, bro, come get your tray. I said, look. He said, the police deep as a bitch outside, bro. I said, man, give me your shit. Nigga went in the stash. He handed me the jar. I said, yo, bro, look. I wrapped it up in paper. Balled it up. I was like, bro, here, bro. He was like, man, what you want? I said, man, just hold it. If they run down on you, flush it, bro. He was like, all right, I'm gonna flush it. I said, all right, they open your door, flush it. I said, but they about to do something, though. Then he took the jump. He was like, all right, he did it. So now I'm on the door like this. So they finished passing out the trays. So after everybody ate, they come back through and collect all the trays. So the dude come back through and get the trays. He gave me the look like. The dude from Richmond, he gave me the look like. Tighten the fuck up. When he did that, I started drinking water. Start dumping the water. I was like, man, they up to something, bro. I just start hitting the water. Man, it's a motherfucker. I'm like, this shit wild. Man, I promise y'all, man. Goddamn. Them locked them niggas down. Right after they locked them niggas down, man, the fucking investigator, man, I come to the door and look. Niggas was like, ew. Niggas at the police noise. I come to the door and look. Man, this motherfucking nigga come right up the steps like this. Old fake ass Michael J. Fox looking ass nigga. He like, and they said, open up 40 and open up 41. I door opened up. I was in the bed. I was looking like I was asleep. I was like, and he walked in. He was like, put your clothes on, white. I was like, for what? He was like, for a urine sample. I was like, shh. I said, so you come get us personally now? He was like, yeah, that's what I do. Put your clothes on. You too. He told my roommate, you too. He was like, oh, it's crazy, man. My roommate was like, yo, I'm gonna melt the cup. I was like, me too, bro. You know what I mean? This word, you go down that joint, man. I drank a little water. I couldn't pee though. They was on us. It was us and like 3 other people from 4 building, man. He was on it. They was watching us, man. They took us to the gym, man. They was watching us like a hawk, man. They was watching us like a hawk. We couldn't do nothing. I was like, man, forget it, man. I just went over there and peed. You know what I mean? My roommate went over there and peed. Everybody just started peeing like, man, fuck it. I was going back to the pod looking sick as a bitch, man. I'm like, man, this shit crazy, man. This word didn't hit me. I'm like, I looked at my roommate. I was like, yo. He's like, what's up? He was like, man, we're going to the hole. You know that? I was like, shh. We're going up the steps. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm about to go fuck goddamn Coop ass up. He the only one that can do this shit, bro. Who the fuck else would do this, bro? Nigga came straight out of cell, bro. He was like, man, damn, bro. I was thinking the same shit. I was just so sick. We like, man, as soon as they open these doors up, we gonna beat his motherfucking ass, man. This word, we coming up, we get upstairs, we get up the joint. They got down feeding lunch in that motherfucker. We like, what the fuck? I see the dude from Richmond. He was like, y'all good? He was like, man, shh. I was like, you straight? He was like, yeah, we straight. I was like, I got you, bro. Hold that junk right quick, though. I was like, what the fuck going on? He was like, as soon as y'all niggas left, that nigga Coop went to the fucking hole. I was like, for real, man? He was like, man, that nigga went to the hole. He was like, bro, then they went in y'all room and destroyed y'all shit, bro. He was like, that shit destroyed in that motherfucker. They ripped all y'all shit y'all had up, hanging. Bro, they went bananas in y'all shit, bro. He's like, they just left like 20 minutes ago. I'm like, for real, man? He was like, yeah, I look back at my room. He like, man, this whole coward ass nigga told on us, bro. This word I go up stucks. Man, I looked in the cell, man, our shit was destroyed. Our shit was destroyed, man. They blacked out on our shit, man. You know what I mean? But thank God we got the pack off. Thank God they was feeding in the building because we wouldn't have had nowhere to put that shit. Because it was a lot of weed. I'm like, man, this shit crazy, man. So I told my roommate, I was like, man, I'm not even setting. I just made my bed. I was like, bro, I'm not even setting shit up, bro. I said, because we going to the fucking hole, man. This is my word, man. We stayed in lockdown that whole day. They ain't let us do shit. We ain't come out that whole day. They ain't let no workers out because I guess it was a lot going on. They let us out the next day. As soon as we came out the next day, man, that next morning, man, we looked up and seen the property officer coming in our junk, man, with the boxes, man. I seen my name fresh on that junk, white. That junk was right there on the box, man. That's your ass is going to the bank. That's signs of you going to the bank, man. So she came in there and packed me and my roommate up. She packed me and my roommate up, man. We both went to the fucking hole for a dirty yawn, y'all. That's where I was sick. I back down, my roommate go downstairs. They put me next door. I'm like, yeah, I want to see this pussy motherfucker. I was like, this nigga better not ever get out the hole. This is my word. They taking me to the goddamn hole. I'm walking. I walk into the bar. As soon as I walk into the bar, I looked at the first fucking cell. The nigga goddamn Coop was in cell 1. That nigga was standing on the door. He was like, he had his shirt off standing on the door. He was like, that nigga gave me the Tupac off above the rim. That nigga was like, I was like, your pussy ass better not come out this fucking hole, nigga. That's my word. That nigga ain't say shit the whole time. That nigga ain't say shit the whole time, man. Them people drove me back there. I did 2 months and change back there, man. Coop got transferred back there like a real fuck. He probably worked out a play. I don't know where him and Miss Rand worked out because Miss Rand didn't even come back to 3D. I asked dudes, was she working over there? They said she wasn't even working over there. So she must have fucking quit, man. But that nigga ended up beating us, man. I feel like he won by doing that shit, man. That nigga got us, man. I ain't gonna lie. We got away with the la-la. You know what I mean? I was back in the hole with the la-la. I had the dude from Richmond spoon feeding me slightly, just a little bit here and there, and hold me down until I get out. And that's how I was doing it if I won't have everything, because I still won't trust it, what was going on. I shot my roommate a kite. He was like, they shook his cell down twice already for the la-la. They won't messing with me next door. So I just done my time and stayed back there, man. But Miss Rand was gone, and goddamn Coop, funky ass, goddamn, ended up getting transferred, man. That shit was wild. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, but I was moving out of character anyway. So that was karma. You can say it's karma, man. I'll take that. I'll take the good with the bad as it come. And that's just how I go in penitentiary, y'all. But that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Please stay out the way from me, man. Like, y'all already know it's a better life if you stay out the way. You'll be able to stay out here with your family, watch your kids grow, watch your family get old. That's what you want to do as a person, man. You want to be out here to see these things happen, man. You got graduations and all type of stuff to go to, man. This isn't the time to be getting locked up. Prom season, all that is going on, man. So stay y'all ass out the way. That's all I ask. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is a bonus banger. So why didn't y'all do this one? Like, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.